Hey, you guys, it's your girl, Tina Wolfe, bookwithtina.com. All right, today bringing you another intuitive message, okay? Today we're going to talk about self-love, self-healing. I have a couple of decks out here, but I am going to continue to go with the flow. If you want to book your one-on-one intuitive reading, please go to my website, bookwithtina.com. On the home page, you can scroll down, click book today, and then select from either and any of those readings that you see available that are in alignment with you. Okay, so for today's reading, this is for entertainment purposes only. During the reading, I may understand, you may not. You may understand, I may not. We both may understand during the reading, or we both may not understand during the reading. I'm going to ask that you respect my perspective, and I will also respect your perspective as well. If the information or the message that you are receiving is different from the one that I'm providing, it's quite all right. Please share the message because it may be for me or someone else, okay? Please do not use these readings as a form of therapy or advice. You've been blessed with the gift of discernment, so take the information you need and throw the rest away. So today is just going to be a day for messages, okay? So if you want to get a reading today, you will need to go to my website, bookwithtina.com, and let me pin it here so you guys can see it. All right. Today's message is about self-love and self-healing. A lot of people are just beginning their journey, and there are some of you that are in the middle of it, in the midst of it, and you're like, oh my God, I feel like I'm in hell. Some of you are doing what is called shadow work or inner work or trying to find myself type of work. And this is when you're in the middle of it, you're in the meat of it. This is one of the most toughest times that you will ever experience or go through. If you are towards the end of it, and completing what may be one of your very first cycles or second cycles of elevation, then you're doing a great job. So if you are just beginning your journey of self-love and self-healing, and you're like, where do I start? Tina, where do I start? We're going to start out with my Archangel Raphael healing deck. Now, I personally utilize this deck for physical and mental recovery and health of self-love. So we're going to just see what Archangel Raphael has to say today. So if you are just beginning on your path, here are some things that he wants you to know. All right. 1, 2, 3. The first card is avoid allergens. For me, avoid allergens means avoid any type of spirit, energy, entity, person, or anything that is the opposite of or negative of how you want to feel. Anything that is going to irritate the inner linings of your soul, irritate your mood, irritate you, period. This is what we want to avoid, right? Not take those situations and put them into a void, meaning a big space where we're not dealing with things. Good morning, Manuela. Not putting things in a space that we're not going to deal with and push down back into our soul, but things to be able to create a boundary that says, you are not allowed to enter into my space because you are not towards my highest good. So avoid allergens to me means to avoid and to create boundaries for those situations, those people, spirits, energies, entities, negative energy, or whatever you would like to name it, from coming into your space, beginning of your journey, okay? The next one is card comes in upside down. When the card comes in upside down, for me, it means pay very close attention. And this card says home help. Now, it's going to be up to you to decide and discern what your home help is. When you are in the beginning of your journey, or if you are at the beginning of a new cycle, because you've already completed one cycle of work and you're in the next cycle on your next journey, right? Who are your advisors? Who do you go to? Are they your friends? Good morning, sunshine. Hey, cousin. Are they your friends? Are they your family? Are they your co-workers? Who are you getting your home help with? Home to me represents when you are in a place that is safe, that is of comfort, that you can be yourself and that you can be vulnerable and you can ask for help and people understand it. This is where home is. Who is providing your home? If you have allergens around you, they definitely cannot help you with the home. So those allergens, those people, those spirits, energies, entities, anything that is negative or the opposite of how you want to feel, if you have them in your home help space, then it is going to be hell for you. So make sure you're playing, like we talked about yesterday, you're playing a red light, green light with these people that are in your space. Red light, keep your ass out. Boundary. Green light, you can come on in. Okay. The next one says, upside down, make sure you pay very close attention. This is going to be very important, especially through the next 2 to 3 months. Okay. Inner authority. Trusting yourself, trusting your intuition, right? And when your intuition, which is the way you think, your process, good morning, Lavanya, the way you think, the way your process is, when you think this way and your thinking fails you, trust your instinct. Your body will tell you, when I go around this person, I don't feel that, something is not right, right? So if you're in a new experience and you're just starting on a new journey, you're starting with something new in your life that's going on, and you're like, I have never experienced this in my whole entire life. I don't know which direction to go. Make sure that you have the proper home help around you, right? The right advisors, people that love you, people that are uplifting you. Anybody that is negative in your space, it says to avoid allergens, not create a void and dump them in there into your soul. Create a boundary. Avoid it by creating a boundary to keep them out so that they can't even come in and penetrate your peace in your soul. So that's what we got for the beginning. If you are in the beginning stages of a new journey or of a new cycle. So now we're going to go towards the middle. If you are going through the middle of your challenge, right? And this means that you have started your new journey, your new experience, something you have never, ever even dealt with right now at this point in time. And you are in the midst of it. You are in the middle of it and you feel like you are in hell. Hell to me represents unpleasant experiences that you have in your life. So right now you're like, damn, this journey started off pretty good. I thought I had love. I thought I had support. I thought I had all of this good shit. But it turns out I'm in this cesspool of unpleasant experiences. And even though I have people that are trying to help to pull me out, I have people pulling me the opposite direction as well. People trying to pull me back into my old life when I'm trying to go back into my new life. And so the challenge is, which way do I go? Do I go into my new life or do I go back into my old life? New life, old life. So herein where the challenge lies, in the midst of your new journey. Now you're in the middle of it. Now it's time to go to school. It's time to go to college. So we have our Archangel Michael deck here. We're going to use the book. Archangel Michael wants to spit out a few things for you to know along this journey. In the middle of your challenge, he wants you to know. Let's go. So on this, it's not even on a page. It's talking about artwork. So in the midst of your journey, he wants you to be creative. We are all artistic in nature. Some of that art is singing. Some of it is writing. Some of it is exercise. Some of it is actually drawing. What is your creative thing that you have not been doing to bring yourself up out of this funk when there are no advisors around, when there's no home help around? Who is going to help? Oh, it's 11:11, y'all. Manifest. Bam. And I'm in alignment and agreement with whatever you're manifesting at 11:11. Make sure that in the midst of your journey that you are taking care of yourself and doing those creative and fun things to balance those unpleasant experiences, right? Because if you get too many unpleasant experiences, you will end up in a state of what most would call depression or unhappiness, right? And you don't want to be in that space. It doesn't mean don't deal with things. It doesn't mean that, you can't talk about it. It doesn't mean that. What it means is sometimes when you are creative, your creative side is what helps you, with solutions and healthy coping mechanisms to help you create solutions. Again, you might be painting and all of a sudden, or you might be drawing, or you might be singing, and all of a sudden the solution hits you, right? This is called calling out for help. When you are calling out for help, utilizing your creativeness, then this opens up a space of vulnerability that says, I am looking for a solution, but you can't find it by sitting there saying, oh my God, what is going to happen? What is going to happen? How am I going to happen? I can't see how it's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. This is called worrying, right? Worrying means I can't see how it's going to happen and I don't have a solution. That's what worrying is. Then you have faith over here. Faith is belief in oneself and knowing that everything is going to be okay, and or if you have a higher power, including that higher power. But you can't sit here and say, faith. I got faith. I know everything's going to be okay. I believe in myself. I believe in my higher power, but I'm going to worry because I don't see the solution. Archangel Michael says, be creative. Because when you're being creative, you're not thinking about the problem. You're not avoiding it. What we had with the avoiding allergies, you're not necessarily going to counsel with home help. You are trusting that your higher power, your belief system, you're believing in the release of being creative that allows a simple solution to come in, right? Some people are like, well, when I meditate and get my mind silent, then the answer comes to me, and that's great. But some of us don't know how to turn our mind off. Some of us don't know how to say, don't overthink, right? Some of us don't know how to say, turn off the worry. So we are open to creativity and start creating. And while you're creating, you may see something, right? Or a solution may come to you. Or it may bring you calm or peace, whatever that is to you. So if you're in the middle of your challenge, it's time to be creative to balance and offset those unpleasant experiences that you have going on in your life, right? Thank you, Archangel Michael. And now we're going to go to the last. If you are at the end of your cycle, or you are coming towards the end of your journey, that means you started off well. You avoided, aka you created boundaries, right? You didn't put things in your void, in your soul. You created a boundary so it can't even come in. You had the home help. You've trusted your inner self. When you were in the midst of this storm, you said, I'm going to choose and make a choice to be creative and allow the solution to come to me. And now I can look back at that experience and I'm at the end of the journey because I made it through. What should I do now? Let's see. What should I do now? Playfulness. You should play. You should enjoy life. You should say, I made it through the storm. You should be so elated and excited instead of saying, why did I go through that? Say, I'm glad that I made it through, and if only you knew my story. Now, why did I go through this? Past life relationship. You went through this because you had this experience previously, whether it was in current day or in a previous life. You had to learn the lesson. Boo-boo, you did not learn the lesson. So you're going to continue to repeat it. But now that you're at the end of it, hopefully you can look back and say, man, when I started this journey, I didn't know what challenges I was going to face. But in the midst of my challenges, I chose to be creative. I chose to have pleasant experiences. And now that I have moved forward, now that I have been open and received all of these solutions, and now I can say truly at the end of my journey, I have learned my lesson. I'm not going to repeat any unpleasant experiences, and I am ready for the next new journey. Now, what's ahead for the next new journey? How can you prepare for the next new journey? Let's see. Let go of control issues. When you get ready to go back into your new journey, into your new cycle, because you have completed everything, you have to let go of the control issues. Well, Tina, how do you do that? First of all, you have to know what your personal definition of control is. Control for me means the power to influence a person or a situation. That is what control means. The power to influence a person or a situation. Okay? Look. Control is easy to understand. If you are positive, okay, good morning, Randy. You say keep on screaming loud and louder. If you are in control or out of control, you are going to influence people and situations either way. You have to decide what are you going to allow to emotionally distress you, or what are you going to allow? Which emotion will you allow to come into your space? You can't control other people. You cannot influence other people to always see it your way. But what you can do is be yourself. And your influence will allow people to either come into your life or leave. You do have the power to control by being yourself. I either love you or I leave you. It's that simple. You know what I'm saying? So in order to move on to your next cycle and journey, you're still going to need those same tools. You're going to need the home help, which is your advisors, your positive team, your family, friends, co-workers, and or your romantic mate, right? You're going to need that home help for when you need something or someone to help you through, right? Your higher power is also going to be your home help. Right? And then you're also going to need to make sure that you listen to your inner authority and those allergens, those people and situations that are not healthy for you or good. Make sure that you create boundaries. If you make a choice to try to force someone into your influence, you will have an unpleasant experience. If you try to forcefully control the person's decision, you will have an unpleasant experience. You will. Choose to influence and or control someone by your response to them and being your true self, not the representative. Okay? So for the start of your journey, the middle of your journey, and the end of your journey, this is where you need to be. If you need a one-on-one intuitive reading with your girl, I got you. bookwithtina.com is my website. You can go to my website, click book today, and select any and all of the readings that you desire. I have classes coming up on June the 23rd, 2021. I have a meditation class. And then I also have a class called Fix My Broken Heart, okay, that we will be doing June the 23rd. Go out there, be your authentic self. You don't have to be mean. You don't have to be rude. You don't even have to yell and scream. All you have to do is be yourself and allow the right people to come into your life. Remember, red light, green light. That's the game from childhood that taught us the boundaries. So get your red light, green light on, and whoever is not stopping at that red light, make sure the intentions is good for your growth. Okay? I love you. Make sure you have an awesome and amazing day today. Take time, do something for yourself. Self-love, self-healing, all right? Make sure that you compliment at least 10 people a day, because you never know whose life you can change. You never know whose vibration you can raise up, and you never know what door of opportunity you can open up by simply paying a compliment. Go out there and be great in the world. Book your appointment with me today, bookwithtina.com. It's your girl, Tina Wolfe. Mwah! Heart emojis. Bye.